Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Cassie Scallon. Cassie, you won the Lake Sonoma 50 today.
Yeah.
Course record.
Yep.
Good day out there?
No. No.
It was impressive in the first half of the race. You went out, I would say, aggressively.
Yeah, I was kind of, it just felt good. And
Yeah.
I was thinking during the first 20 miles, well, maybe I'll just have a miracle day and it's all going to go really well. And I haven't run 50 miles in so long that maybe I forgot how to pace it a little bit, but yeah, then fell apart.
Yeah, you looked strong at mile 20, or strong enough at mile 25, and I saw you at mile 30. And I can say this now, I didn't think you were finishing. I thought you were gone.
I would have taken any excuse to drop out. And if everyone would have passed me, like it kind of felt like everyone should have, I was going so slow, then I would have dropped. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How long did that last?
Until mile 40, low 40s somewhere.
So, do you think there's anything in particular that caused it other than pacing, or?
I don't think I was eating maybe too well, and it was all kind of sitting in my stomach and jiggling around. It helped to stop eating. I think just, yeah, going out too fast in that though, and maybe being a little bit undertrained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind me asking. Well, we'll get back to that. You fall apart for a while there. Joelle passes you. When does that happen?
I don't remember exactly.
But somewhere in the 30s probably.
Somewhere in the 30s, yeah.
Yeah. Does a light switch go back on at some point?
All of a sudden I saw her again, and I felt like I was crawling, so I was really surprised. But I saw her and a couple of the guys that I'd run with a little bit, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm not doing as bad as I thought. And the cramping in my legs started to go away a little bit, so I just picked it up and went up by them, and it worked.
Yeah. And you ran strong to the finish. I guess, were you thinking about the course record at that point, or were you just trying to come home?
I thought about it, but at one point I think I had like 14 miles to go, and I was like, well, this might take 3 hours. So,
which was not on course record pace.
No, that definitely wouldn't have been a course record.
Well, I mean, what really makes, in my mind, this your win and course record here today really all more amazing, is you had a great JFK in 2011. You ran great at Bandera, and then you had a big injury.
Yeah, I had a big injury.
Mind if I ask about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, what happened?
Well, I put a complete crack up in the neck of my femur, and by the time I had gotten it diagnosed, it had traveled all the way down to my knee. So my whole femur was just fractured. And
it took a while to find that out, right?
Yeah, I should have gotten an MRI right away, and I kept putting it off, and everyone was saying that it was probably a soft tissue injury, so I was like, oh, well, I'll just kind of see how far I can get with it. I had some goals that I wanted to try and accomplish, and I should have just gotten it taken care of right away.
Yeah. When did you finally start feeling that you were getting over it?
Well, I thought several times that I was over it, and then I'd go out for a little run and then get an MRI, and then it wasn't healed. But finally in January 1st, I did my first run, like real run back.
And so you've built all this fitness in the span of 3 months, essentially.
I guess so, even though I think that I have a long ways to go yet. Yeah. I don't think that I'm at the point that I was at, like when I got
prior
injured.
To your injury, yeah. So what are your goals for this season? I mean, what are you looking at right now?
Ice Age. I'm super excited to go home for Ice Age. And really, that was my only plan so far.
You did get into a ticket into a race today, Western States.
Yes. It's almost too soon for me to do 100, I think. But I was actually picking up my packet at Western States when I got the call from my doctor about the injury, and he said, if you run the race, your bone will probably go through your skin. So
the compound fracture is not a good option.
No, and that was so hard. That was so disappointing. So maybe I'll go and do Western.
Maybe?
Maybe.
You get 2 weeks to decide, right? But
yeah.
it's a possibility.
Yeah. for sure.
Awesome. Well, anything further into the summer, or you're just sort of playing it by ear at this point?
Kind of playing it by ear, but I definitely want to be doing as much racing as I can this year. I'm really excited to be back. I have a whole new appreciation for just being healthy.
Yeah.
So,
do you have you changed your approach to training at all in response to the?
No. I mean, just having a ton of fun. Having a lot of fun with everybody up in Boulder.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, congrats on your race today, and
Thank you.
Enjoy the season and running in Boulder.
Thank you.
All right.